folks. Welcome to episode 173 of the Wealth on Any Income podcast. This is where we talk about money tips, techniques, attitudes, information, and provide inspiration around your business and your money. I'm your host, Rennie Gabriel. In past episodes, we spoke about how to understand the numbers from your business, how to measure the level of pleasure based on where you spend your money, how to track your money in 5 to 10 seconds, what determines how close you are to complete financial choice, and how to run your business without being in your business. And last time we had Milana Lashinsky, the creator of the Telesummit and the author of Coaching Millions. Today we have as our guest, Ruchi Pinniger. Ruchi is the founder and CEO of Watch Her Prosper, where she empowers women to redefine prosperity in business and life through holistic financial guidance and mindset coaching. Her signature approach fosters shame-free empowerment, enabling clients to achieve significant results in profitability and economic growth. Ruchi leverages her years of experience on Wall Street to provide expert advice on financial leadership, tax time readiness, and small business finances. And we'll talk about her philanthropic endeavors because it's a part of every podcast. And so let's get to it. Ruchi, welcome to the Wealth on Any Income podcast.
Thank you so much, Rennie. It's an honor to be here with you and your audience.
Thank you. So first question, tell me a little bit more about the work you do and why you're doing what you do.
Absolutely. Well, let's rewind a little bit because, of course, who I am, what I do is because of my background. So I'll just share with you a little bit about that and share that I was the product of immigrant parents who came here to the U.S. and, lost my father very early. So ultimately, it was raised by my single mom. And one of the things I remember a lot about my childhood was seeing all of my classmates and all of my friends in these fancy clothes. I was a product of the 80s. So I don't know if you remember the Jordache jeans and,
My
knowing that
stepdaughter, yes, unfortunately.
yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
There's a pair of jeans I want to get. They're $130.
exactly. So, I got to have those when they were on sale, a couple of years later. But for me as a child, I remember thinking, what I was seeing was all of these friends and classmates look like they had these perfect lives, really happy, everything was amazing, and they had all those things. So that's what I personally equated to, prosperity and success. And then fast forward, I was, worked on Wall Street, was finally making money, felt like I had hit my financial success. And for me, the thing that I coveted at the time was that Prada bag. So I remember buying my first Prada bag, feeling like I finally made it. And what I realized very quickly was no, I feel no different. I had that momentary sort of like feeling of, oh, I made it, but nothing changed. And I went into debt. So it was only after that that I really started to realize that prosperity, happiness, all of those beautiful feelings come from the inside, not from those outside things. And now I get to help mostly women really live their most prosperous lives through the work that we do at Watch Her Prosper.
Terrific. Okay. So yes, we all end up doing what it is for other people, what we wanted to do for ourselves. So I understand completely. Now, you're probably aware, and if you're not, my audience is, that 100% of the profits from the work I do online, books, programs, and things, I donate 100% of those profits to a charity called Shelter to Soldier, where dogs are rescued and trained as service animals for soldiers who've come back with traumatic brain injuries or other issues. So tell me about the philanthropic organization that you're most attached to.
I love that. Well, I don't know that I can choose just one. I just want to say, first of all, what you're doing is wonderful and amazing and so gracious and generous. And I do have a couple of great charities that I personally champion. And also in the work we do, we really love to encourage generosity amongst our clients. So, for one thing, one of the things we do is we partner with an an organization called B1G1. And every time someone refers us or we bring on a new client, we make a donation to people overseas to help them with job training skills that are very aligned to what we do. And also personally, I'm really passionate and on two executive boards. One is Savvy Ladies, which is an organization that helps women to improve their financial literacy and to take control of their money. And the other is called Pajama Program, and it's a nonprofit that helps children improve their quality of sleep so they can thrive. And both of those are so aligned with the work because everything we're doing is about finances and wellness. So I love that I get to do all this for the world.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. And you're talking about buying a Prada bag, and I'm thinking Ruchi sounds like Gucci, but but you went and got Prada instead.
Exactly. I have Gucci too, but the
Okay.
thing about those is they don't make us whole. I love them and I, happen to be able to buy them, but I also feel very satisfied on the inside and that's what really matters.
And thank you. And thank you for what you're doing. Now, tell me, who are your target markets? Who are you really wanting to work with?
Yeah, well, we mostly work with service-based women, business owners. So, not so much retail or product, but we also work with men and non-business owners. So, a lot of our clients that are male are actually the spouses of the women that we serve when they get so frustrated that their husbands are behind on their numbers and don't have a handle and it's tax time. They're like, okay, you need to hire Ruchi and her team. So, it's really fun that we get to do this work with so many different people.
Great. Well, now this is a two-part question. The first
Okay.
part is to talk about what your biggest failure was, personal or business, and then what was the biggest insight you gained from that? And did you use that to create the success that you have now?
Yeah, well, I would call it more of a failure of fulfillment than anything else because I very much believe that there is no failure, in the sense that I celebrate the failures and it looks like, we're very aligned there. Everything we go through is exactly the journey we're meant to be on in this life and in this world. And my failure was being in the corporate world, being on Wall Street, just feeling really unfulfilled, not like really having no idea what I wanted to do with my life and how I could help people in a deeper way. And I even took a sabbatical, tried all these things, helped at nonprofits, tried to, thought about becoming a florist, a baker, all these different things. And I ended up going right back into my job. And I even tried a role in HR that didn't go so well. That could be a whole nother podcast episode. And ultimately, I ended up leaving the corporate world because there wasn't a role there for me. And I hired this amazing coach who got me out of my type A, you need to know what's next mentality and really helped me to see that, let the universe guide you, listen to the messages that are out there. What are you hearing? And I heard all these amazing women that talked about how they're great at what they do. They started a business and they love it, but they're not great at the numbers and they just feel really alone in the business. And one of those women was actually a really good friend of mine, and I started to help her and see the impact that I could make on someone's life through the work that I did in the numbers and through really helping guide them in their business. And that's how I started Watch Her Prosper because she started to tell everyone about me and she introduced me to this other wonderful woman who said, I need a Ruchi in my life. And I started to work with her. And again, the same thing. We started to see impact. And that was 10 years ago. And here we are today.
And in a way, the question I ask is a trick question because most of the people that I have on the podcast are very successful and none of them view anything in their life as failures. Were either challenges or learning experiences. And thank you for illustrating you're among that same group.
Absolutely.
And now, could you talk about one of those first two women that you worked with from the standpoint of as a case study to illustrate when they're working with you, what are the kinds of things that show up?
Yeah, well, they really gain more clarity and comfort around their money. They learn to trust themselves more around their money. They let go of the money stories they carry with them many times for their childhood because so many of us have different relationships with money based on how we saw it, how our parents saw it, things that happened to us personally. So really helping them let go of those stories and be more empowered around their money and just to really live their most prosperous lives in all areas, helping them see that prosperity isn't just about the green stuff. It's not just about money. It's about so many beautiful facets of our life.
Thank you, Ruchi. And I'm going to guess people who are listening to the podcast will want to get a hold of you. Do you have some valuable free resource that you can direct them to that might start the connection?
Yeah, I have an amazing redefining prosperity workbook. So anyone who wants to think about for themselves what prosperity means, and I share in my workbook what it means to me after all the years of working and doing this with other people. So if you go to iwanttoprosper.com, then you can just get on your own redefining prosperity path and work through that workbook.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I will have iwanttoprosper.com in the show notes. People can just click on the link. And is there a question that I should have asked you that'll give some additional great value to those who are listening or watching on YouTube?
Well, I think it's really, how do you define prosperity? Like I said, each person has their own beliefs around what it means to them. And I've narrowed it down into three pillars, which you can find out about in that workbook.
Perfect. Ruchi, I'd like to thank you for being on the Wealth on Any Income podcast. And to those who are still listening, if you'd like to know how books, movies, and society programs you to be poor and what the cure is, then log on to wealthonanyincome.com/TEDx. You'll hear my TEDx talk and can request a free 9-step roadmap to complete financial choice and philanthropy, and receive an occasional email once or twice a month with tips, techniques, or inspiration around your business or your money. And if you'd like to see how you can increase your wealth and donate to the causes that touch your heart, please check out our affordable program, Wealth with Purpose. Again, to my listeners, thank you for tuning in. You can listen to the Wealth on Any Income podcast on your favorite platform, and please rate, review, and subscribe. And until next time, be prosperous.